Hey, hello. Hope you're having a good Saturday, getting ready for Sunday. Copy with Sunday tomorrow, all around the world. We're on Luke 11. Jesus just got into it with the Pharisees. Um, Jesus didn't wash his hands, so that's not the important thing. The inside is important. What's more important, the inside or outside? Inside and being right with the Lord. Luke 12:1. He began to say to his disciples first. He began to say to his disciples, first of all, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Got a frog in my throat. Jesus and the disciples, beware of their hypocrisy. Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is two-faced, looking good on one side, looking bad on the other side, or having two faces. We want to have one good face in the Lord. Luke 12:6. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 copper coins, and not one of them is forgotten before God? So 5 sparrows are sold for 2 copper coins, but none of them is forgotten before God. You're not forgotten. But the very hairs of your head are numbered. Do not fear, therefore, that you are of more value than many sparrows. So you are important. God knows the number of hairs on your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Luke 12:13. And he told them this parable, this story. The ground of a certain rich man yielded an abundant harvest. The ground of the rich man, certain rich man, he said certain a lot. Certain man is used a lot in the Bible. The ground of a certain man yielded an abundant harvest. What shall I do, since I have no room to store my crops? I will pull down my old barn and build greater, and there I will store all my crops and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. Don't worry about it. You have a lot. You have barns, everything. Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. So whose will those things be which you have provided? So he's going to die tonight and have nothing. Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. So whose will those things be which you have provided? So I'm using an old English translation, but hopefully you understand what the pictures. You're going to die tonight. Whose things will they be? So is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. So have treasures towards God. Be rich to God, not rich to yourselves. It's that. Luke 12:22. Then he said to his disciples, Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, nor about the body, what you will put on. Life is more than food, and the body is more than clothing. So, disciples, do not worry about your life. I'm worried about my life. Don't worry. Worry is in your head. It takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? I'm worried. What will I eat? So therefore, don't worry about your life, what you will eat, nor about the body, what you will put on. Life is more than food, and the body is more than clothing. Don't worry about the body, what you will put on. Here's the clothes. I'm worried about what to put on. Don't worry about it. Life is more important than food and clothing. I don't know why I said that. The body is more important than clothing. Life is more important than food. The body is more than clothing. So let's look at Jesus' words again. Do not worry about your life, what you will eat, nor about the body, what you will put on. Life is more than food, and the body is more than clothing. I'm not sure what that means, but Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which have neither storehouse nor barn, and God feeds them. So look at the ravens. They don't have anything, but God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than the birds? You're much more valuable than the birds. So God takes care of the birds. God's going to take care of you. Amen. We've got 2 more pages on do not worry. And which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? So don't worry. How can you add 1 cubit? 1 foot and 5 inches not added. I'm worried. You can't add it. I can't do this. Don't worry about the rest. And which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about anything, right? That's the song. Don't worry about a thing. Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Here's the lilies working hard. The flowers working hard. Interesting. Look at the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin or work hard. Yet I say to you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Solomon, looking so dressed up, did not look as good as a lily. And yet I say to you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Here's a lily spinning thread. Oh, here it is. They neither toil nor... Look at this. Consider the lilies. They neither toil nor spin. Here's a lily spinning a thread. I was wondering, what in the world is that drawing? So look at the lilies. They don't work hard. They don't toil. They don't spin. But they look better than King Solomon. Great King Solomon. Luke 12:28. If then God so clothes the grass, which today is in the field and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? So if God clothes the grass, which is in the field today, but tomorrow the grass is thrown in the oven, how much more will he clothe you of little faith? So you of little faith, he'll clothe you better than the grass. He will clothe you of little faith. So God takes care of us. Amen. So I don't know why I have clothes there. Let me see. If then God so clothes the grass, which today is in the field and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? So I have some little clothes there. Amen. So God's going to take care of us. And tomorrow we'll look at seeking his kingdom first and not worrying about other things. Y'all have a good Saturday and have a restful weekend.